Retail workers, what was your get the F out experience with a customer? When I was 18, I got my first job at a local Greyhound racing stadium. Basically, my job was to go around to every table in my booth. Each one had around 30 people at the start of every race, 10 times a night, and take their bets. Everything was dealt with cash, so it was a lot of math. But I actually liked it because it meant I got to use my brain instead of just running on autopilot for hours on end. And because I'm Asian. At first, the customers weren't so bad. Sometimes I'd get a drunk man who'd call me incompetent or try to tell me that I somehow scammed them out of money. But most of the customers were well-mannered. Plus, the tips made it worth it until Christmas time. Because our usual crowd was replaced by construction workers at their work parties, but not the respectable kind. The type to catcall every mildly attractive girl that passes by their site regardless of their age. So when I, a 5-foot girl who's the definition of an easy target, was assigned to them, my stomach turned. In just the first round of bets, a fully grown 40-year-old man with braces literally tried to throw it back on me. Another man told me we should get a hotel room, but then corrected himself and said we didn't even need a hotel room to make love, just a bed. A third one put his arm around me, and his beer belly rubbed against my arm while he told me what a smart and pretty thing I was. So I tried to give the look to the bouncer standing just 50 feet away from me. You know, the one you give your friend when a questionable-looking guy is dancing a little too close to you at the bar. But instead of walking over and offering any sort of security, he just stood there and laughed at me. At that moment, I knew it was up to me to do something. So I did what any 18-year-old angry girl surrounded by big lustful men would do. I kept taking their bets and acted like everything was fine. But inside me, a storm was brewing. So as soon as my shift ended, I went to my supervisor. She was the daughter of my boss and 25, so I thought she would get it. I don't know what I was hoping for. Maybe a better bouncer, financial compensation, or even just a hug. But I didn't get any of that. Instead, she told me that she had been working there for 5 years, and in that time she's never seen or heard about any girl getting harassed, that I was clearly making things up, that if I said anything like that again, I would be fired. But back then, I didn't even know how to stand up for myself. I was just a girl who wanted to be good at her job. So instead of getting mad, I felt tears sting my eyes. And as soon as my dad came to pick me up, I started ranting. Hard. I wanted him to say something. Anything that acknowledged how crazy everything was. But instead, he just asked me what I had done to make the customer say that. And when I didn't respond, he called me a SLet. Well, now, I was crying. And if you think I was overreacting, then you simply don't know what it feels like to be financially self-reliant, physically defenseless, and harassed by a group of men 2 times your age and size. The only one who said anything was my 16 female sister. It wasn't anything crazy, just a, wait, that sounds horrible OP. But it was enough to realize it was okay to get revenge. My moment in the spotlight, so to speak. And in the end, everyone apologized to me, including the men in the booth. I couldn't finish the full story in this short video. To watch the rest of the story play out, click the link below.